program are those of the views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the policy or position of ONTV's management, staff, or board of directors.
Talking Nude. It's Talking Nude. Hey, baby. Talking Nude. You're looking kind of sexy. Talking Nude. Baby, don't be shy.
Talking Nude.
Oh, yeah, baby. I say, Talking Nude. Let's get it, baby. Talking Nude. Talking Nude. Let me go get my bathrobe.
Talking Nude.
I might need to wash my hands. Let me get a bar of soap. Hey. Good evening.
Good evening,
And welcome to
everyone.
another fabulous, fantastic episode of
Talking Nude.
where we talk uncensored, unfiltered, unedited about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Because what better way to do it than nude? Wouldn't it be great if we really were nude?
How do you know they don't know we're nude?
We could be nude. You see,
Right.
Shh,
It's all about the imagination.
you just don't know.
Y'all just picture us.
Just picture us nude.
Yes.
So how was your weekend, baby?
You know what? What did we do this weekend? I think we did nothing. I worked, and I think I relaxed.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Well, we watched the Duplex movie last night with
Oh yeah!
Drew
Oh my gosh,
Barrymore
that was
and Ben
so
Stiller.
funny. You guys, that was an old classic. Drew Barrymore and Ben Stiller had a great chemistry, and it was so incredibly funny movie.
If you've never seen it, you gotta watch it, guys. It's an older movie, early '90s, maybe mid '90s, late '90s, somewhere in the '90s.
Either way, it's
And
great. It's funny.
Danny DeVito actually directed it. And if you don't know Danny DeVito, please Google him because he's a fucking legend. He's an icon. Seriously, he's been on Taxi. He fucking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's got an animated show actually that I can't think of the name of it offhand, but it's about like the girl that's the devil. That's a show that you liked. What was it called?
Which show?
The devil. Remember the little
Lucifer?
No, not Lucifer.
I love that one too, y'all. Shout out to that show on Netflix.
She wants to fuck Lucifer, y'all.
Lucifer is such an excellent show.
We're so gonna
y'all.
get canceled.
It is so worth the watch. It's on Netflix.
Surprisingly, I actually watched it with her guys and gals out there, and I was just like, okay, this isn't terrible. Like
It's
I
not.
thought,
That's why it's been on. It was on like 6 seasons, and the first 4 seasons were like fucking 23 episodes.
yeah,
And so the last 2, they like chalked it up to like 13.
okay,
But that show is excellent. It's really a crime-solving show.
yeah,
Really, honestly. But it's just the character's name. One of his is Lucifer, and then his crime-fighting partner Chloe. It's a really, really great movie.
How long you-
that show? I mean,
How long have you been watching it for? Like, how many seasons is it so far?
I am on season 5. Honestly, I could have stopped after 4, and the reason why I could have stopped after 4 is because of the fact that you can tell the last 2 seasons they're just throwing shit together, and even season 5, I feel like they're just like throwing shit together.
Yeah,
But I'm going to finish watching it all the way to season 6 because on YouTube I watched all the background stories, and they're like, you gotta watch it to the end. You gotta watch it to the end. So if you are into like occult studies, and spirituality, you will love this show. It makes you think, and also religious studies. It makes you think of certain aspects of religion and occult stuff in a whole different way.
okay, okay. So another show that we watched a little bit of yesterday that you love watching, you watched it all as well, was Shameless.
Oh my God, y'all! Please,
I'm so behind in it
Okay.
though. I'm still on season 1. She like
let's
binged through that
talk
shit during COVID.
about Shameless, you guys. The reason I started watching it was because it kept winning all these Emmys, and people kept talking about this show, talking about, oh my gosh, this show is so trashy. Oh my God, this show is, this is bad television and this is bad writing, all this stuff. But it was winning Emmys back to back to back to back. So I'm like, you know what? Let me see what this shit is all about. Oh my God, I was in love from the first show.
Your mind was blown, huh?
Because I liked the fact that they showed white America in a different way that, white people struggle too. And they of course, y'all were not politically correct on this podcast, but it showed that it just didn't show the ritzy side of white people. Like most of the TV shows I grew up with are either they're middle class white people
Yeah, it's true.
or upper class rich. They
That's
never
true.
showed white people living in the ghetto, drug addiction, alcoholism, families sticking together
Yeah.
through the poverty. And they were in poverty, surviving every single day. And it was just such a great comedy, great acting, great actors. It was, to me, it was on, I think, 11 seasons. I watched every single bit to
Are
the
you
end.
serious? 11?
Yes. And
That's as long as Frasier.
honestly, I literally, the last episode, y'all, I got up and clapped. I feel like they ended the characters right. They gave me what I was looking for from watching all of them seasons. I had to get up and clap. And I see why it won Emmys, because it's real. And the show actually started off, I think it's like an English version first. Was it can't?
That's how they always do it,
Yeah,
though.
it was like an
the
English
same thing with
version or
Ghost.
British or something
Yeah.
first. And I heard the British version is really funny,
Yeah.
compared to the American version. But excellent show. Excellent
Well,
comedy.
I'm
It's
so
so
behind.
funny.
I'm so
So
behind
funny.
on it. I'm still on
It's
episode.
realistic, y'all.
I don't even know.
Completely realistic.
I think I'm on the end of season 1 or close to season 2.
Yeah, you are. You're in
And
season one
what
still.
I like about it is it's how the family sticks together through thick and thin, through everything.
Yep.
Even though they're going through these struggles and these trials and tribulations, they are holding it together, and the daughter is holding it together because
She doesn't have two
kudos
parents.
to her, man. The fact that she's running shit like she is and
Yep.
and making sure everything's running okay. I mean, it's not perfect, but what I love about the show is it shows you the imperfections in families and how they
Yes.
still stick together
Yep.
through the chaos and through all the shit they're going through.
Yep.
So I'm definitely gonna have to finish it.
It's such an excellent show. Y'all have to binge watch that. It will have you binge watching it. It gives you everything. It gives you the drama. It gives you the comedy. It gives you the realism. It gives you the great writing. It keeps you encaptured. And it's just realistic to real life.
Well, I watched a movie over the weekend. You didn't watch it with me
Oh,
because
yeah, you watched Evil Dead.
she likes to go to bed, with
Yes, I
some
do.
happy
Yes,
comedy,
I do.
which is cool. It's cool.
Jason could watch horror movies before bed.
I totally can.
No.
I totally can. I'll be having nightmares levitating out of the bed. It's all the whole 9 yards.
You know what we forgot to do?
What?
We forgot to introduce ourselves.
We did. We just kind of went right into the
I know,
segue,
right?
didn't
We were
just
so
went right
excited
in.
to talk to you guys.
We
today, but
missed you
forgot
guys.
to introduce ourselves.
And
So
I'm Jason,
I am Miss Kathy.
and I'm Mr. Jason, I guess. So
And we are your host of Talking Nude.
We are. You know what's funny too is at first when we started doing this on Kathy's TikTok, we were calling it Talk Nude, and then we kind of went back and forth with Talking Nude. So
I know, right?
we've been kind of figuring out, okay, well, we're gonna land on what sounds better? What do you guys think sounds good? Talking Nude, Talk Nude. We're like, fuck it, we put the link
Truly.
up and it's it says Talk Nude, but it's hello, Talking Nude. I mean,
This is true.
people are gonna be drinking and be like, wait a minute, I know I'm a little drunk, but did they just say Talking Nude? But it says Talk Nude. So anyway, we're having fun with it, man. It's a brand new podcast, and we really appreciate you guys tuning in. We have a great guest tonight, but I did watch this movie though. I want to tell you about real quick. I watched the new Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, wow.
That movie, holy shit.
Well, you said right in the beginning it got your attention because of the gore. and wasn't it.
I mean, the opening alone was worth the price of admission, and had I went to the theater to see it, but it just, I was blown away. I was like, whoa, because I was reading the previews about it, and I followed this one guy. I don't know his name offhand, but he's a big movie guy, horror movie blogger, and also does movies as well. And he was talking about different things, and he was like, "Yeah, Evil Dead Rise is supposed to be boom, 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 boom," and he's talking about the reviews of it, and I'm like,
So
I gotta
that's what,
see this.
honestly, though, that's what makes people watch movies these day and age.
Yes.
Is because of the fact of the reviews. Word of mouth. See, remember, Jason, I always tell you.
It's true.
Word of mouth still works. 'Cause
And it's very true.
how do you think we're watching movies and TV shows? For me, it was word of mouth off the TV shows, especially during COVID. Oh, my God. Everybody was turning one other on to different TV shows all over Facebook and Instagram. That definitely was a time of word of mouth. Everything was social media, word of mouth. Word of mouth still works, y'all. It still works.
I'm trying to find his name on here, and I got so many freaking different people on here. But there it is, Jonathan VDS 2002. Shout out to Jonathan VDS 2000 2002, not 2022, 2002. And he was telling me about the movie. So I'm watching the movie, right? And I'm like, whoa. What I loved about it is it totally went in a different direction you didn't expect. Because usually when you watch a horror movie, you don't see kids getting fucked up. You just don't see it.
This is, but
You don't see it. Except for
Wait.
that one movie, that Christmas movie we watched
Which
that was
one?
funny as hell. Oh my God. It was, or did you watch it with me? I can't remember. But it was about the babysitter that was watching the spoiled brat and his friend and his sister, I think. And
no,
it was
not at all.
oh my God, it was a Christmas one. But he was obsessed with the babysitter. So like he fucking made it look like there was a home invader trying to get in the house and shit. And come to find out he was like obsessed with her. And so him and his friend, they were like fucking, just doing stupid shit. And it was crazy. So Evil Dead Rise. Okay, this is the only hang up I have with the movie. If anyone has seen the reboot that they did in 2008, don't
When I
shoot
saw that
me.
one, I thought that one was
Please
good.
don't shoot me for that one. I might be the wrong year, but I think it was 2008.
But it was the most recent one,
They
not
had-
the old one. You
Yeah,
guys.
so they had the hippie dude, and he finds the Book of the Dead, right? He opens it up, and he just starts reading spells
Like
out
the-
of it and chants and shit, and he's
Yeah,
wondering.
have some dignity.
And here's
for
what's
spirits.
But here's what's fucked up. He's opening the motherfucker book up, right? And all this shit's happening to everyone else while he's just sitting in the room going through shit. And then he comes in the middle of the movie and he's like, I think I fucked up, or I think I did something. And blah, blah, blah. No fucking shit, moron. Like what the fuck? So this kid in the new movie, I don't want to spoil it for people, but basically he does something similar, and it opens up the fucking Pandora's box of everything. And I mean, everything short of Pinhead and the Cenobites came out. Like it was fucking crazy.
You know what? When it comes to horror films, sometimes I just think to myself, how far can somebody's imagination go? Because some of these films that I see that you be watching, I'd be like, how do people write out this shit? How do they even put these movies together to even play this shit out and make it look so real to the point where it makes you chew your fingernails? It makes you jump out of
It
your
really
seat.
does chew my fingernails up.
It make him. It does. He like chews his fingernails every time he watches a horror movie that has his interest, y'all. If it
Yeah.
has his interest,
She be
he-
analyzing the
yeah,
fuck out of me watching
yes,
movies
I do.
too. She be like watching me like, cause I just be
because I can't get that, and I can't get that deep into a horror film. I can't, only because I believe in everything. I
Yeah.
believe everything is real. So for me, I'm an empath. If I take too much of that shit in, it's not a good thing for me. Put it that way.
yeah. What I think what it gets me is when I get anxious, or I feel like, I don't know, I wouldn't say nervous, but like anxious, excited,
Excited. That's the word
Yeah,
for excitement.
because I seriously be biting the fuck out of my. I don't have nails to this
But he
day.
loves horror films, though, you guys. He could watch them every single day if he could.
I could, we actually watched during COVID. I watched all the Nightmare on Elm Streets again.
Did you?
I did.
Oh my
Because remember,
God.
it wasn't this last year, but it was the year before. And I remember I took 9 days off at work. Never do that, guys and gals. Don't take 9 days straight off of both jobs. Just don't do it. It's the
Oh yeah, because he was bored after like 4
you
days.
can only watch so many movies
But
and
I don't
read
know.
so
See,
much.
I'm different because during COVID, I absolutely loved being at home. I had a schedule.
Yep.
I was the one who stayed home. Jason actually went and worked because he didn't want to stay home. After 2 weeks, Jason was like
Bored.
pulling his
I
hair
was ready
out.
to jump off the
Me,
fucking wall.
I was like in heaven. I had a schedule.
She binged everything
Yes.
on Netflix. Like
Even I studied though.
she watched all the
I
Shameless.
took
She
some
studied.
classes. I took some tarot card classes. It was a great time staying home. To me, I made it productive. I thought it was great.
And you know what was cool too is I remember when we were, because you were telling me you were having some issues with reading and books, and you were like, oh, I'm taking too long reading this book, and
Yeah,
I
but-
told you, I was like, babe, it's not a race. Like, take your time.
I know sometimes I feel like it is because I have so many books I want to read, but thank goodness for Audible. And sometimes if the Audible is really good, like this one book that I read,
What was it about?
and it's called Of Blood and Bones.
Ooh, I like the title
And
already.
The intro, I actually listened to the intro on Audible. It just came up on my feed,
Yeah.
and I'm like, let me see what this book is about because of course it's a witchcraft book.
I was thinking it was about a
Um,
chiropractor that murdered somebody or
Oh
something.
no, it's not.
Okay.
It's a witchcraft book. It's basically about shadow moon magic,
Okay.
but like working with graveyard magic. Bottom line.
Ooh.
Like death magic, graveyard magic, and that's why it's called Of Blood and Bones. And the intro got me because the girl was like, not everything is about love and light. When she got me with that, just those quick little bit of words, I was like, okay, let me finish hearing this intro. And the intro got me. The book was fabulous. That I finished that Audible, I think maybe a day and a half.
yeah.
And then I went and bought the carbon copy because the book was that good to me. I like
Nice.
books that are well written, that people aren't just trying to hear themselves talk. that they're actually giving the information quick, easy, to the point, and it keeps you connected. Next thing you know, the book is over. That's how I like a nice read to be.
You know who I'd love to read an audio version of his book? I actually read his book, but I never known. I don't know if he has an audio version. But Drew Carey, he has a really funny book called Dirty Jokes and Beer, and that's exactly what the book's about. Like
I thought you said no. You did say that book was really good. I was thinking of Fraser's book.
Oh,
you
his
said.
book was tragic. I was like, shit, he had a fucked up life.
But he looks so conservative and so nice on TV.
Yeah, but you would have never know that he went through the train wreck of shit he went through. Like, I mean, he lost his sister. I think he lost his dad. They both were brutally murdered.
It's crazy. I tell you, you never know what somebody's going through. But I remember you said you did love Dirty Jokes and what was it? Dirty
Jokes and Beer. Yeah, because what I liked about it is he had a lot of life experiences throughout it, and then through each chapter he would have like a favorite bar joke that someone told him throughout the years.
Really?
So that's how he tied the whole book together. Is like he would go to these really deep like things about his life, and then he would tell a bar joke to kind of ease the tension a little bit, and then he would go back into some other deep shit that he went through. Because like he was in the military, like there was a lot of stuff I didn't know.
Really?
Yeah, I always kind of thought that because he had the glasses like when I was.
But honestly, though, everybody I think everybody has chapters to their lives. I think we all don't think we're interesting.
Yeah.
Just like when you interviewed me, you found out things about me that,
I
I met you when I was 30.
Yeah.
So heck yeah, I had 30 years prior before you. Just like I met you when you were, what? Shit.
She tries to age me a year every year.
I think 36. 36 or 37.
There's something like that.
And so there was a prior Jason before I met 36-year-old Jason.
Well, we've been together 10 years, but
years.
we've been married. July 28th will be 5 years anniversary.
That's sweet.
I know, and we got married on the beach, y'all. It was a lot of fun. And a quick thing before we introduce our guest is when we were going to get married. We were going to get married at a bowling alley, Airway Lanes, and have a reception down in the basement. And they ended up selling the place.
And didn't tell anybody.
We found out because Kathy looked on her social media.
No, it was my friend Val. She hit me up and sent me.
Yeah, but wasn't it on the social media that she hit you up?
She saw it on hers.
Okay.
Because she was friends with the owner of that place. And she was like, she screenshotted and sent it to me. And she goes, Kathy, you might want to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, they weren't telling us shit.
And then first thing I thought about was our deposit. I'm like, we got to get our deposit back. And they're like, oh, we were going to call you. No, you weren't.
No, they weren't.
You didn't have our number.
No, they weren't.
You were going to take our money and dip.
No disrespect, but no, they weren't, because they had a bunch of people booked. They were trying to get as many people booked as possible to get that last little bit of money. And I get it.
I'm glad that we found out got our deposit back, because I would have been crushed. I would have been crushed in general if I'd never found out and had the caterers and all that, the DJ, everybody going to a place that was going to be closed by the time our wedding was.
Well, it was.
But luckily, everything worked out. We had our wedding on the beach.
And it was a lot of fun, except for me, getting high and getting sick and.
Oh, yeah. Jason couldn't hang. All those love emotions got to him.
Man.
While being intoxicated and,
I felt like dazed and confused. I was like high through the whole movie. I was like, and I remember they were like, when they had me in the little cruiser, they were like asking me questions in the beach patrol, whatever you want to call them, the Baywatch people.
I know they did the same thing when I went to Eli and Isaiah's wedding. When they were like grilling you.
They're like, "Are you high? Did you drink anything? Are you under any influence of any hallucinogens?"
No, you were just so in love and so filled with so many emotions
I was like,
that day.
Yes, and that's what I was lying my ass off to him too. I was like, nope, not at all, because I didn't want the party to stop. I felt bad, like I passed out by the tree.
It did though, but if y'all would have but the party was really over because we already ate, we danced, we had it was just miscellaneous that was left anyways.
I'm by a tree passed out.
If you guys saw our wedding film from our wedding photographer, he got all of that. And this shit is so funny.
Shout out to Curtis Bowe.
Yes, he got every single bit of our wedding from the ambulance to
he got a picture of me with my head over the garbage can and her comforting the side of my forehead, the side of my head, temples.
It is hilarious, completely hilarious.
But hey, we're about to get right into it, man. We got an awesome guest tonight, man. I've had the pleasure of working with this gentleman. He's been doing shows throughout Michigan and perhaps outside Michigan. We're going to find out as well. He's probably been traveling all over the place. He's a musician. He is a host of a station that he's worked on. He's done a little bit of everything. So I'm going to shut the fuck up, and I'm going to introduce our guest tonight, Jacob Beatbox Gibson.
There you go. There you go. Sounds great.
Good evening, man. How are you?
Oh, so good. The radio station you mentioned is not a thing anymore.
Okay.
so I'm part of this collective called Shattered Dreams Entertainment, which is me, Cody, and the Bio Killers,
Okay.
or just Bio Killers, which is Clep and Saint Sinner.
Okay.
But Cody and I started. Well, Cody started a radio station called The Vibe,
Okay.
and it was me and a bunch of other people. And I'm not going to get into why or what happened, but I left the station to make more time for music.
Okay.
I was just having a hard time balancing the two in my head. And then the one thing came to another. He got fed up and deleted the station.
Oh,
So-
that's too bad, man. But you know, the cool thing about it is you had the experience to do that, and you actually have a natural voice for radio. Like I can hear it already. You know what I mean?
You
So
think so?
yeah, so you could totally do it again. You know what I mean? If you wanted to do it, like it's funny because when we've been interviewing different people in here, they're just like blown away. They get in, they see the studio set up, and they're just like, oh, how do I do this? And so if you want to do it again, man, do it again. And we're just doing it like having fun. Like we like chatting back and forth, and we were already doing it before. You know what I mean? So it was just like, why not just do it?
Yeah, yeah. And it started out as these two podcasts. It was the Cody Live podcast where we would talk about like, advice for up and coming musicians and artists and stuff like that. We would talk about EPKs and all kind of stuff.
Really?
Our experiences and stuff like that. Yeah, we'd talk about, self-respect, treating yourself well, how to treat other artists, and if you're going to put on a show, how to respect the people that you want on that show.
I love that, man. I
think-
would totally tune into that.
Yeah, and he actually just rebooted that with the Ha, who is a DJ friend of ours. He goes by Chad.
Okay.
He's co-hosting it with him, although I don't know if he was on the first episode or not. I don't know if he was able to make it, but it was Cody and I did that together, and then we did a morning podcast called Biscuits and Gravy.
Oh,
Ah,
that's a cool name. I like
and
that.
who doesn't like biscuits? And
Yeah.
gravy?
I know it makes me think of food, especially right now.
Like a plate of biscuits and gravy.
I
Yeah,
know.
so he hosted the Cody Live podcast, and I co-hosted, and then we flipped it for Biscuits and Gravy, where I hosted and he co-hosted.
Okay.
And then he was like, fuck it, I want to do a radio station. So we made that. I was the host of the Biscuits and Gravy morning show on there. And then we did the Indie Artist Lounge, or he did the Indie Artist Lounge on Fridays. And I also hosted a metal show at night on Tuesdays and Thursdays called The Blast.
I like that. Now,
Yeah.
did you do that out of actual studio, or were you in a station? Like,
I have a studio set up at home.
oh, nice.
Oh,
So
cool.
I did it out of there. And on there, I would play every kind of metal under the sun, everything from Black Sabbath to Motley Crue and all the way up to Slayer, Cannibal Corpse, more obscure stuff like Rotten Sound.
Really?
Or Cattle Decapitation's not really obscure these days. Anita, Opeth, Catatonia, Testament, everything that under the sun.
So
And
you
I would
what-
also talk about like the different subgenres and the culture and the history of metal and why black metal sounds the way it does based off of the environment of Norway,
Okay.
which is where black metal is generally considered to have originated.
Ah.
If you get the chance, watch a movie called Lords of Chaos. It might still be on Netflix, I don't know, but it's sort of like Eminem has 8 Mile. This is for this band called Mayhem.
No,
Really?
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
not-
definitely check that out.
Well, it's probably more like a straight out of Compton for Mayhem.
So that
Really?
actually brings me into the segue of one of my questions is you're a musician. I knew that you beatbox, but I did not know that was you playing the guitar on your tracks I've listened to. And
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that. And I know you worked with Antonio Moose, with saxophone, a couple of different shows
yeah.
with him as well. How did that come about with the musicianship? Like to just be, we just in the studio one day playing around with the guitar, and then you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna add some beatbox to it. Like, how did that come about?
No. So they're two separate things. I started playing guitar when I was 9. And
Really?
It started off with like Johnny Cash. I wanted to learn that riff, and then Nirvana came along. I'm like, oh, these are easy and they're awesome. And then, but I didn't really know what I was doing with the guitar. And then I heard Slayer I had never heard metal before.
Okay.
And Slayer came across my palette, and I was like, I need to be able to do this on a guitar. And that was cool for however long I would write songs and whatever. But at some point, you have to come to the conclusion that shredding all the time like that and playing that type of metal, it's not going to connect broadly with an audience unless they're already into that stuff. And then just a few years ago, I got into this guy, Joe Satriani. He's my favorite guitar player now. And it allowed me to, like it was an example of how to keep the shred, but fall into melodies and compositions. Like I'm really into composing, and how do I keep an audience interested in what I'm doing with no lyrics?
Okay.
Listening to it, how do I keep it sonically interesting and the melody catchy, or still tell a story and take it into different places, and without them getting bored and not listening anymore. So COVID hit, or no, I started beatboxing when I was 19. So I started going to open mics, which is the open mics I go to mostly are like blues and country and folk guys.
Really?
Yeah. So I start
Wow.
beatboxing. I'm like, can I try something really quick? And I go, and I heard it come through the PA, and I was hooked immediately. The amount of
Wow,
power
that
that
is
came
so
out.
interesting. I love that.
Yeah. So I did that. I actually think I stopped playing guitar for about a year, just because I was so into the beatboxing thing. And
So it's like you picked up another craft naturally again.
yeah, I got
So
obsessed with it.
You're a natural artist.
Well, it was like I started with just like that took all the wind out of me, and now I can go all that kind of stuff. It's just like talking.
Wow,
for me now.
y'all. Like, seriously,
Wow.
he just made
So-
that look so easy. As
He
going,
did. He
"Achoo!"
really did.
Yeah. So then, I guess I'll just tell the whole fucking story now.
Yeah, why not?
So then what happened was a couple people were like, you got to mix the two. You got to find some way to mix the two. And one day I brought my guitar down, which I didn't do very often, to the open mic with a distortion pedal. And I just started playing this like thrashy, palm muted, fast picking riff. And I started going like all those like thrash metal drum stuff. And I wrote this song called Weaponized, which is also on everything. I have this EP out called Beatbox Metal.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's
Nice.
it's, you can hear mistakes all over it. It's bad.
But isn't that what art is, though? Isn't that what art is all about?
Well, yeah, now after pandemic hit, I was like stuck at home. I'm like, what do I do now? And I'm like, well, I've always wanted to play more fluently on guitar. What do I need to do that? Oh, it's the scales and chords I never wanted to learn. Well, what are the modes of the major scale? I'm really good at the minor scale. Now I want to be able to get the different sounds. And I started learning the modes. I'm like, oh, this makes sense. Now I have all these different scales, and I can.
That is so
That's
awesome.
fascinating. I wish I would have paid attention in music because I
Me
didn't.
too. I used to play the viola
I did.
for 5 years, from 4th grade to a freshman in high school, I think. And I'd never picked up music like that. I thought it was boring. My dad was a cello player
Really?
and a big orchestra person
Okay.
when he was
I didn't know
younger.
that.
So he got me into like orchestra, but I still love classical music to this day. But
I
playing
love
it,
classical music.
I never got into it. My best friend Ann, that girl been playing since she was 4 years old, and she can go.
Yeah.
And she teaches professional stuff now as a side hustle. But I wish guitar, instruments, I wish I could have got into that. It takes such a real talent. I love that.
See,
I do.
I play it by ear. Like I can hear a melody, kind of like how Elton John was. Like he was self-taught. I can do that with enough practice. I'll play like something simple back that I heard. I can play it on a keyboard, but to get on the guitar, I couldn't play it to save my life. I guess if I practice, I could try it. I tried doing drums. I couldn't do it in time, which is weird because I used to drum on tables and lunchrooms and battle with other artists. But sitting there with a live drum set, couldn't do it to save my life. I can't do the snare and the kick at the same time. It'd be like, do, 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 do. Like I can't.
Yeah.
do the
It takes a lot of practice.
Yeah,
Man.
so I give you much, man.
I put a lot of time into like keeping these things
So
up.
how often do you practice compared to when you were younger
Well,
to now? Is it more or less?
what way more? So
For sure.
when I'm beatboxing, this is your voice. It's with you all the time.
Mhm.
So I'm beatboxing whenever I feel like it, all the time. And then I do more intensive exercises, like I'll set a metronome at home and I'll stay on time with that, and I'll
Oh my God, I haven't seen one of those since Ann had
Wow.
one. When we were kids.
not a real one,
The
like an
digital
app.
one, the one that's like
Oh,
the
okay.
yeah.
My friend Ann, when we were kids, she used to always. I'm like, what was that
Yeah.
for?
yeah.
Yeah,
Go. This is for this.
That's what we did when we did beats on the drum machine, because we had the old DR660s, DR5s,
yeah,
909s. And
Yes.
you had the metronome. You just set it, record, play, and it makes the metronome.
Well, there's this thing that people don't think about with beatboxing. So I'll like, if I'm doing a set, I'm switching all these. Like, there's all these different sounds I'm sitting with. So one of the exercises I do is metronome, 10 minutes, half hour, whatever. It's the same muscles being used the entire time, and it gets intense.
Really?
Like it can become a pretty intense experience trying to sit there and get through that whole 15, 20 minutes, whatever I set it to,
Wow.
just exercising that same groove.
So,
So that's for beatboxing. What's up?
So, as you're okay, silly question, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. But
There's no silly
I
questions
know,
on
right?
Talking
But
Nude. We're talking nude,
out of
damn it.
time in the week, how much time do you spend practicing all this?
I don't even know. Like if I have a day off from the day job and I don't have anything like shows, I'm playing minimum an average of or a total of 5 hours in a day.
Oh my
on
goodness!
Guitar.
Woo, woo, woo.
Um,
Does the time just go by? Or
yeah, I forget to eat.
wow.
Tell us one of your favorite show experiences, and also a dream gig. Where would you love to perform at you've never performed at?
So the first one was I did a show with KRS-One.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yeah, that was at the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor.
That was like about what, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
I wanted to go to that show. I remember that.
Yeah, it was me, him, True Classic, One Below, Nikki P. I'm not sure who else. There's a picture on Instagram of all of us who performed together. But so I'm super uneducated in hip hop. Not like I was, but I didn't know
honey,
who he was.
I know nothing.
I didn't know who he was.
I know absolutely nothing except for the education Jason's taught me over the years. I know nothing.
Yeah. I found out about him 2 weeks before the show.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I looked. I'm like, oh, I know the Sound of the Police. I've heard that. Oh, I've seen him in like documentaries and stuff. This dude's incredible. So I get there, and a dream of mine came true because I know Woodstock '99 was a complete disaster, but there was this just visual of Limp Bizkit playing and just a sea of people going up and down. I wanted that to happen to one of my drops.
Really?
Like do a build up and like a build up and a drop. I wanted that to happen with an audience, and it happened that night.
Are you serious?
Wow.
I was doing my set. I think the place was packed. I don't know, 600 people. I don't know how many people they can fit in there. And I was like, if y'all are feeling me, I want you to get low. And I started doing like a little build, and the whole front half of the audience just came down. And I did a build, and I hit it, and the whole entire front half of the Blind Pig was just going insane. I wish I got it on video or somebody did, but nobody did.
Oh,
that would
And
have sucked. But
I
that's
was like-
a great memory to have, though.
Yes.
I was like sweating and crying. I'm like, this is fucking incredible.
Oh my God, that must have to feel so euphoric.
I never thought that would happen.
Wow.
And it happened at a KRS-One show.
No shit.
I've heard the Blind Pig's a nice venue too. I've never been there. I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah, it is. I've played there several times. It was
That is so
him.
cool
I
of
did another
memory,
one with
though. I love that.
That is.
Elda Sensei and Sat at X, and then there was another one I did there with J Electronica.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where would your dream gig be that you've never performed at? It could be another country somewhere. It could be a venue you've always wanted to perform at. It could be a venue that's no longer here. Like, where would you love to perform at?
Oh man, I'll take any gig you throw at me. I just want to play, man.
Oh my God, I
But-
love that. That is, honey, that's the best answer in the world.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, I mean,
That is the best.
I want to get overseas. I want to get to New York, and I want to get to LA, and I want to get to France. I mean, I know those two aren't overseas, but I also want to play in like France and England, and Germany.
That is so dope, though.
Oh, do you know who Carnage the Executioner is?
I've heard of him.
I got to meet him. So I went to the Ohio Beatbox Battle Championships.
Really?
Ludo asked me to do, or did he ask me? There was a whole development thing. He didn't ask me initially, but I went and did a showcase at it, and it was me, and then the 3 judges were doing showcases, 2 of which have influenced me since I started, Napalm and Misfire. And I got to meet them, and then I met Carnage the Executioner, who's been doing it since the 80s, and him and I just clicked, I guess. We like each other a lot.
That's so cool.
And then there was, dude, I'm out of it right now because, so I met him. I didn't know who he was, and I looked into him. I'm like, this guy's really cool. I love this. And then I went to a Biokillers show. I wasn't on the bill, but I was just supporting my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And they were playing at the Crowfoot in Pontiac, and Onyx was supposed to be headlining, but they dropped off the tour, so the big name that night was R.A. the Rugged Man.
Yeah, I heard about that show.
And he always calls for beatboxers out in the audience, and I got on stage with him, and we tore it up, me, him, and DJ Lala, and she was scratching over my stuff. It was a great experience. And then, of course, just like the KRS-One thing, I didn't know how big a deal that was. I get off stage, and Saint's like, bro, look at all the people he's worked with. Do you not understand how lucky you are? Ice-T, Biggie Smalls, all this. I'm like, I didn't know.
So that's what makes the magic, not what I want to say. That's what makes magical moments is stuff
Yeah.
like that, those spontaneous moments.
And then,
And those are like those life tests too, like
yeah,
you've been preparing for this like for all these years, but you just didn't know when the test was coming.
I didn't know.
Here's
Here's the cool part that I was getting up to. Like a couple days later, I see a video of him on stage with Carnage the Executioner. And I'm like, oh my God, this feels like pieces falling into place.
magic, honey, magic.
But yeah, I've gotten to do some cool stuff. But
That's awesome.
as far as like a dream event, I would love to play like Madison Square Garden
Oh, that'd be
that
dope.
would be fresh.
full. I'd love to do that.
That'd be dope.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, and the entire goal I have right now is to be able to drop the day job. Like I'm working towards that.
Nice.
That's a
Wanna-
good goal.
I only want to
Yes.
do music and YouTube and all the other stuff that I want to do. That's all I want to focus on in my life. I just want to have the happiest possible life.
I love
That's
that.
it.
Man.
Oh my God. Woo,
Listen to
say
that. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to that.
Yes.
I mean,
and take that in.
because people are snapping.
Oh
We were
my
talking about that
God.
before the show. Like, people are literally snapping.
Yeah.
Yes. I've
It's
had
like
my
they need
moments.
they're talking about doing a 4-day workday instead of Monday through Friday. They're actually proposing doing Monday through Thursday to give people that Friday as like a mental
Health
check day,
day,
like a
yeah.
mental
Here in
health day.
America?
Yeah, they're talking about it.
So France did a similar thing.
How did it go?
I think it was, okay, don't quote me. Everybody listening at home, I know what you're thinking. I'm an idiot.
Don't go to
Listen.
Wikipedia.
Actually, no, go and then message me on Instagram. We're like, you fool! It was this country. No, there was some country, I think it's France, they did that.
Okay.
And productivity in the country rose by 40%. Like
And see,
fired
I
up.
totally
believe
believe
that.
that
I
because
believe that.
we were talking about before the show, and then actually a few weeks ago we were talking about. So back in the day when people watched TV shows, right? They would get around certain nights and they'd watch them with their families, or they would just do things with their their loved ones, right? People don't have time to do that anymore. It's like you just work, go home, relax, maybe take a nap a little bit, get a little bit of shut eye, go to the next job. So
Yeah.
it's like, and people are really snapping. Like I was watching, I've been watching a lot of the news clips on YouTube recently, and there was a guy in broad daylight in Cleveland who shot at a guy because he cut him off at an intersection, and there was kids outside playing, so they showed him at the corner of the sidewalk. The car cut him off. The guy's cussing the guy out. The guy looks at him. He basically points at him, wait, like, whatever, fuck you, whatever. It starts to drive off. This guy busts like 6 shots at him in broad daylight, and then pulls off.
Yeah.
People are
They're snapping, man.
Trust me, I know.
Like, I get mad, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I would go that far to do that. You know what I mean? Like, people are really fucking losing it.
Yes, they are.
You know, and I think that if they was to do something like a
It would
mental,
give people more rest, but at the same
Yes.
note, though, you would have to go down on prices of things too.
man, don't get me started.
Because
on
I hope
prices.
like it wouldn't be here. You know how like most people here have 2 days off week, but they're working another job. So with the 4-day week, people like work 2 jobs, work those 3 days somewhere else, and then work their regular job 4 days, or would people just have enough money to just work only 4 days?
That's true. I think the Monday through Thursday could work because they're already working the shit out of us like 7 days straight half the time. Like we did 12 hours at the factory I'm at on the shop, and we worked 8 months straight, 12-hour shifts. I could not think straight. It was dark when we got there, dark when we left. It was horrible, and it was
Yeah.
in COVID, so it was like you couldn't do shit.
I did third shift at one point, and I
Wow.
couldn't handle it because I've never, like, I was sitting on the couch with my parents were sitting in these chairs up front,
Okay.
and I'm like looking at the clock. I'm like, I'm supposed to be going to bed right now, but no, I got to go to work.
Yeah.
And I just exploded crying, and it turned into I'd say I was crying probably 70% of the time I was awake at that time. Like I was either crying on the way to the car, driving to work, at my spot at work, or like the sun's coming up. I'm like, this is fucked. I
Because
can't do
everybody
this.
needs light.
You got
Yeah.
and that's the thing is you have to have rest. A lot of people are like, oh, well, you need 8 hours, you need 10 hours, you need this. You really don't. You need like 4 or 6 hours. Everyone's different. Some people might need 8 hours, but you got to have that rest. And
Yeah.
Kathy always makes fun of me, but it's like, I'll take a little 22-minute nap
I
or a
wish I could
36-minute nap or
Mhm.
sometimes an
Can't do
hour
it.
nap. She can't do it. Like,
I
she'll try to lay
can't. I
down.
like if I
She
nap,
can't
it's
do it.
because my body is so worn down where I
Yeah.
have to. Jason can take a nap every day. My trainer, she takes a nap every day. She tells me she sets her timer 2 hours between clients.
what
She
I
gets her
do.
nap. Jason do the same thing.
Yeah.
Sleep 45 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm like, I can't. Me and sleep don't get along that well to have that kind of relationship. We
Yeah.
just don't.
How long do you nap for?
If I nap, maybe
Yeah.
it might be an hour at the most.
That's what it was
Okay.
tonight. Like, we napped before we got here. We napped probably about an hour.
I didn't
hour
nap.
15.
I was TikToking.
Oh, and something else though. You messed her stomach up with the food. Yeah.
No, that was early. I actually had that earlier.
I woke up. She's like doing like calisthenics and shit. I'm like, what happened? So
Digestive disorders, you guys. I tell you.
look, getting old, y'all. It's fun, but
Oh my
sometimes
God.
it's like this really fucking sucks.
Yeah,
like, and you know what I mean?
literally.
'Cause we're all getting older. You know what I mean? We're all getting in the nice years of our lives. This actually breaks into the next question because you were talking about your family a little bit. How did they feel about you doing music? Like when you brought that, how did that come about?
Nothing but support. I have
Really?
I have the like.
Shout out to mom and dad. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fucking-
Thanks,
you guys
Mom
are
and Dad.
Awesome.
I talk about them more than they think I do. I don't. My mom especially doesn't think I do, for some reason. But they've been nothing but supportive of what I want to do in my life, and I have like the least interesting thing because everybody loves like a sad backstory, a rags to riches thing. No, that's not what I have. I have the best circumstances you can have.
That's great.
And it's because
Really?
of them. Yeah, I was raised with nothing. I was raised by two people who really care about me and want nothing but the best for me and nothing but my happiness in a place where nothing bad happens, really. Nothing bad happens in Howell. I say that, but I think there was something going at the Brighton Mire a couple days ago. There was a lot of cops, and somebody came to the store I work at and said, there's a hostage situation going on over there.
Wow.
And I don't know. Nothing's confirmed. I haven't even seen anything on the news about it, so I don't know really what happened. But for the most part, nothing happens like violence where I live, and I just haven't had too much hardship.
But that's actually a good thing
That's a
because
great thing.
that's a great thing because of the fact of what do I want to say? That you don't have to do what you do out of pain.
Right.
A lot of artists,
Yeah.
they're artists because of pain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're an artist because you're happy. You want to do it. You love it. You're a natural talent at it. So there's so much light behind it versus light and darkness behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Comedians are the same way because if you look at like the greatest comedians that are here and not here anymore, it is pain and sadness. I mean, you look at Robin Williams.
And it's great that
Richard
you said
Pryor.
that you came from great circumstances. That's awesome to say.
Yeah,
You know
it
how many
is.
people don't say that? And
yeah.
you know, and you
They don't give
come
the
off
parents
like,
credit. Like, and the
yeah, and
fact
I love that you did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robin, you brought up Robin Williams. He is one of the most important people to me.
Yes, he is.
Yes. So when I was in school, especially like high school, I'd always had funny thoughts, but it was all circumstantial, and I wanted to say stuff, but I didn't know, and then I saw him in interviews. I didn't know he was a funny guy. All I knew was him from like Mrs. Doubtfire and stuff. I knew he was in funny movies.
Okay.
I had no idea
So
what he
you
was
never
like.
heard his stand up or anything?
Not at that time.
Okay.
So I had no idea what he was like, and I saw him in an interview on like Letterman or something, and he wouldn't stop. And I was like, this is like how I feel.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, okay, because I saw him do it, I'm like, I'm just going to share all my funny ideas in the moment. So just in conversation with people, and at that time especially, and I still get very depressed, but it's confusing because I don't really have anything to be depressed about. At that time, you're a teenager, you got all that stuff going on.
Being a teenager is depressing.
It is.
And
It is
Yeah.
a lot of
it's
stress.
filled of highs and lows because you're getting to know yourself. You don't know what the hell is going on with your body, and then the drama around you. You may not be the source of drama, but think about teenagers and all those hormones and all those other people's energy and garbage.
Anxiety and stress.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, and I was like, I was like, because I didn't want to do drugs. I still have never tried weed, contrary to the way I look. And
I was going to ask that too.
I've never done anything.
Because the beatboxing, you got to definitely have the breath
I
control.
wouldn't have looked.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I wouldn't have said that. I would have said at the end of the day, you look like an artist to me.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
well, most people think I smoke weed. Just it's clearly I get it why but I've never tried that. I barely drink, only at home, and like I have a 6-pack of my favorite beer at home. It's probably gonna last me till September.
That's Jason. That is Jason, because Jason, I end up drinking back when I did drink. I used to drink his shit because he would take so long to drink.
I know, and then when I go to
anything.
drink it, it's like gone. Like
I'm like, why is it sitting here 2 months?
I have like a half,
Half of a fifth will last him 2 months,
Yeah.
and by that time I didn't drink it because of the fact that I let it sit in the refrigerator for a whole month and he hasn't touched it.
Yeah.
That
It
even
was
happened.
like-
That happened with my birthday too, a couple years ago. One
had
of the
beer in
guys
the refrigerator for
that
6
ran one of the
months.
party stores gave me like some beer for my birthday, and I had a whole bag, a bottle of beer. I did not fucking drink it.
Really?
It sat in the fucking fridge. I'm like cleaning the fridge one day. What the fuck is this? Like,
Yeah, that's cool.
no wonder we can't fit the grapes.
But
in
you
here.
know what? That's a good thing. You guys aren't drinkers.
So I do have a question. Why do you
up?
think it's so hard for artists today to get into the industry versus 20, 30 years ago? Like, obviously we know the different changes, but in your opinion, what do you think is the reason why it's so hard for an artist to make it? I mean, because let's be honest, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of competition, a lot of artists, but why do you think it's so hard for them to really break in it
So,
versus 30 years ago?
In my opinion, it back then, because you know who Henry Rollins is.
Yeah, of course.
If I listened to how him talk about the days in Black Flag and how intense it was, to me, that was a lot more straightforward than it is now.
Yeah.
That you can say it's easier now because it's all like social media. You can do it from home or wherever you're at. For my mind, it was like more straightforward listening to him. Like, oh, if it was the 80s, I could jam in a van and just like go and put my nose to the grindstone and just completely grind it out.
Yeah.
Not spend time on anything else, just driving to different venues, calling, booking. I want to play this show, making a name that way. These days, it's like if you don't have a following on the internet, you don't have value. And that's how people are treated. Like in local hip hop communities, if you're in one, you don't need to hear this, but for everybody else, if you're in a local hip hop community and somebody's putting on a show and you say, this is my price, you're going to get laughed at and not booked again.
Really?
Yeah. That's kind of how it is, unless you have a draw and a following.
It is. You got to have a market. You got to have a fan base for them to even be like, oh, okay, we've heard of you. Yeah, we'll throw you some money.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
but Joe Blow can't just walk up in there, even if he has a smaller base, but like be like, hey, I want to make this. And a lot of artists, as I'm sure you know as well, when you've done different events, some of the venues will like give you money for gas, or they'll at least compensate you in some way. You know what I mean? Like give you maybe. I'm hoping that they would give something out the door if you're traveling, because you'd probably do a lot of traveling. I'm assuming. You serious?
They don't. I just got off a tour with Shattered Dreams Entertainment earlier this year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call them out,
Yeah.
but if you hear this and you know who you are, just know we're not too happy about it. We played a show in Sandwich, Illinois.
Wow.
We
where
did
is
not
that?
get paid. We got no
Wow.
gas money, nothing.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Because even
Harsh business.
It
Yeah.
is.
and if you do a show for somebody in Shattered Dreams Entertainment, like if one of us puts on a show, or if Alex from Odious Ones and soon to be Urban Assault Productions, congratulations, sir.
Congratulations.
It's you're gonna walk away with something. Like, I don't think I've ever walked away with less than like $30-$50 doing a show for him.
And you
At
know,
least
the,
gas
the
money.
crazy thing is, it's a professional courtesy. It's like if you're throwing an event, for example, I used to do stuff with R&B and comedians and throw shows, and we do like a thing called the Love Jar.
Mhm.
And it was just a donation thing, and everyone would tip, $20, $10, $5, couple bucks, whatever they could put, right? And at the end of the night, the comedians got to split that money. And I think that would just be a great, simple gesture. Like, if you're traveling, especially like you said, you went to Illinois, that's not asking much. Like, hey, let's set together a little bit of an idea what we want to do. And I think going forward, that would help. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And of course, looking at it from a promoter standpoint,
Yeah.
like somebody who's local trying to put on a show, it's like you got to pay for the DJ. Sometimes you got to rent the place.
Yep.
And then you got to hope you make your money back. Now,
Very
I will
true.
say that a lot of promoters, not all of them, but a huge, huge number of them that I've seen, worked with, met, don't put a whole lot of effort into advertising.
Yeah.
Like, you should be out flyering the crap out of the place.
Advertising and marketing is key, because the cool thing is you have the internet at your disposal, but you also, if you have, like you said, the grassroots approach where you're putting out the flyers, you're putting posters out, stickers, like you got the T-shirts I see, which look really badass. You guys definitely hit them up for the shirts. They look really fresh.
BioKillers right there.
Oh, you made that too?
No, this
They
is
made
them.
that? Okay.
Check out You'll Love the BioKillers.
BioKillers.
Yeah,
You might have to get them on the show with you, man.
I would love to. Dude, I mean, there's two of them. Man, it'd be cool to get all the Shattered Dreams out here.
Well, you already know you're going to be, if you're down, you can come through anytime when we're doing this again.
Yeah, I
we're
know.
getting close to the end of this, but we definitely want to bring you back. We got about another 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, but we definitely want to bring you back. You have just a great story. You know what I mean? Now, I do have some
Well,
random.
thank you.
You're welcome. I do have some random question. We kind of do this towards the end here, but Star
what you
Trek
want.
or Star Wars?
First off, I don't have to be home till 11 tonight.
Oh,
So-
okay.
I don't care how long you want to go.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter?
Well, for me, Harry Potter.
Oh, all the way.
James Bond or Shaft?
Oh,
I know it's a good one.
I never saw Shaft.
What?
Oh no,
Blasphemy!
I never saw it.
You've never look. There's even a reboot with Samuel L. Jackson playing the role, but you got to watch it. Richard Roundtree, he's still alive too, I think. Shaft, man.
Shout out to Sam Jackson's Black Snake Moan. You ever
That
seen
was
that
a
song?
crazy ass movie.
Holy
with Christina
shit.
Ricci, right?
Yeah.
No, was it Christina Ricci?
Yeah.
That was a crazy ass movie.
I
No, Tara
love
Manning.
that.
Tara Manning. That's what it was. Tara Manning, I think. Or was it Christina Ricci?
No, it was Christina.
Yeah, it was Ricci. So if you have not seen the movie, I do got to say, okay, Samuel L. Jackson, when they be saying like in the commercials, like what's in your wallet, I'm like, there's nothing in my wallet. Like,
Yeah.
if anything, I
Yeah.
need to know what's in your wallet because
No,
you're
I
doing
just-
like Avengers and Capital One commercials.
Yeah, you were in the Avengers. You took everything out of my wallet, bro.
Everything out of my wallet because we watch like every single Marvel movie, Marvel or DC.
Yeah. Oh, well, for me, before the Marvel movies came out and not including Spider-Man, I would have
Okay.
said DC at the time.
Okay.
Because let's face it, those animated movies that have come out, like Teen Titans versus Justice League, and
Yeah.
just all that stuff, those are top tier animated movies.
It's
For
true.
anybody, dude, animation is so getting lost in history.
It is.
Todd McFarlane's Spawn.
Dude, Spawn was the shit. I
Come
remember when it was
on.
on HBO, and I actually bought the soundtrack on a cassette.
It's so
The
good.
soundtrack is the shit. I tell Kathy all the time about it. We have to listen to it, but it's like rap and metal mixed together with a little bit of like early dubstep, like electronic, not electronic.
Oh, you're talking
but,
about the movie?
No, the soundtrack.
No,
for
yeah,
the
the
movie.
soundtrack
Yeah,
for the movie.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking about the animated series.
Oh,
from
then
HBO.
HBO.
That thing was insane.
It was so
Really?
insane.
That was so
Yeah.
well done. Batman Beyond, I grew up on.
I love Batman
the
Beyond.
soundtrack for that's incredible. The Max from MTV.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
based off of a comic book, and it's psychological, and it's crazy, and it's hard to follow, which I love.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Woo.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or Happy Days?
I didn't watch a whole lot of Happy Days. I love Fresh Prince. I don't care what Will Smith did. That's between him and Chris. Okay, it does no bearing on me whatsoever.
But look, I am going to say this. Chris was smart because he didn't say shit. He didn't say nothing in
Until his
response
comedy
until his
special.
comedy show. We went and seen him, and we were on the floor, main floor, and we're sitting there watching it. And he said something. He's like, a lot of people were asking me this question. Did it fucking hurt when Suge Smith hit me? You know, because they didn't say his name.
Yeah.
He was like, Suge Smith. He was like, fuck yeah, it hurt. He was
Yes.
like, fuck yeah, it hurt. And he's like, you know why I didn't do anything or do anything back? Because I was raised right. And everybody just started applauding. I loved it because he did what? That show on Netflix? I missed it. I wish I would have seen it. But it was like, what, 24 hours or something? It was like a whole thing he did on Netflix
Yeah.
about addressing everything. And he was so smart because he didn't say shit. Kind of alluded a little bit, but he didn't say nothing. He just came out with it.
He was
Yeah.
funny. He was really
I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, though. I've always liked. Actually, one of my favorite movies is called 7 Pounds.
Really?
Oh my God,
with
Will Smith.
Will
Oh
Smith.
my God, that
I haven't
movie
seen
was,
that yet. You were
Yeah.
telling me about that movie.
Oh my, that
It's
is
depressing, but it's
okay,
so good.
Good, yes,
Really?
it is. It's so depressing, but it's so.
I don't know if I could watch it,
so
man.
good.
Just
Yes, you can.
I don't
because
know
it has you engulfed. The first scene
Man.
has you.
I was in
'Cause there's
tears
a
watching
reason
The
why
Pursuit of
he calls
Happiness.
it why they call it 7 pounds. You have to watch it. Yes.
Okay.
that's-
I haven't
oh my
watched
God.
Ali yet either, where he played Muhammad Ali.
I haven't
I
watched that
seen it
either.
yet. That's a long ass
I
movie.
never
though,
saw
too.
Pursuit of Happiness. I didn't want to. I hate seeing kids.
That
and
was
parents
based on a
homeless.
true story, though. That was actually.
I don't like seeing that.
This
I
guy,
don't-
he was
not for me.
I forget what his job was. I want to say he was like a office worker of some kind, engineer. He was something like really high up, and I think he lost his wife or something. And so him and his son were homeless, and they were literally sleeping in wherever they could go, Subway. They were sleeping in the bathroom, and he would get up and do these job, resumes all day long, do applications, and while he was with his kid, and this guy finally gave him a chance and gave him a job, and dude, I was bawling at the end. I was like a ball of fucking tears at the end of that movie.
That's why I can't. But you have to watch 7 pounds. That's great.
So I am
Yeah.
gonna put you on the spot now because I know you can do your thing off the top, and I was thinking we do a little something back and forth if you're down.
Well, my lip roll's not working today.
So we're doing this
Napalm, I'm
exclusively
sorry.
freestyle for Talking Nude, and Kathy is gonna pick random stuff for me to just a thing, and I'm just gonna freestyle with my boy Jacob Beatbox Gibson.
All right, Pop Tarts.
Pop Tarts, kinda sweet, coldest in the game, bringing heat. I'm staying deep, sorta like a scuba diver. UGA is my name, like MacGyver, blowing up. Give me another topic. I'm old school like Dr. Dre's a chronic, supersonic.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Ran out a lot of it. That's what I meant to say. Coldest in the game, I mix it like Tanqueray and Hennessy. Remember me, the UGA, underground affiliate, get more chips than Frito-Lay. Give me another. Love is all real. Cats wanna see me in the game to get killed for real. And I don't need a fucking steel to get my point across. Fuck around with me, I might take a razor blade through your jaw. Money, that's what we all want. Cash in the cheddar. Take your ass out, I will dismember for it. That's what I gotta do. And I don't give a fuck, I roll solo, don't need a crew. Fuck you. Food, yeah, I like to eat a lot, but I got a fucked up stomach. It makes me hit the crack pot or the toilet pot is what I meant to say. But I'm in the game, it's like fucking on delay with
Frito-Lays.
Frito-Lay and Jacob Beatbox Gibson. On the microphone, I representin' the mitten. Deadly venom, I motherfucking that I be spittin'. Don't like what I'm saying, you can suck my fucking cereal. It's cold material. Take out the game of the disease like venereal. UGA is the name. I'm a veteran, an icon like David Bowie and fame.
Hot roast.
Pot roast, my wife makes it often. Don't fuck with me, put the nails in the coffin. Take your ass out quick, there's no stopping. Hip hopping, flip flopping, the clock goes kid-talking. And she's laughing. Y'all should know
Sugar.
what's happening. Sugar! Like System of a Down. Jacob Beatbox Gibson in the game, we putting it down. Here we go, doing what we do. Old school like Master P and True. Bout it. That's just how we do. Laughing. Yes, we do it too. Rapping. I need a crew. Jacob Beatbox Gibson in the game, thought you knew. We ripping. In the Talking Nude podcast. And my wife's over here laughing.
Yes, I am.
Baby body screaming back up. I want to know what's going to be throwing them up because I'm in the back of a cab with a body bag with a backpack full of bag rats. Put it to get my ass out of the shit and I hacked it. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Wow.
What's up? Here we go now.
Wow.
Nice. Woohoo.
Where's the clap at? Where is the clap?
Where is and not the venereal disease, you guys. The clap. Woo.
So as we're getting towards the end of this awesome interview, man, this has been a lot of fun. Where can we find your music? Or in any kind of links you have? I know
Social
you said
media.
you got Spotify, social media. Tell everybody, because this is on the Talking Nude podcast.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. So you can follow me, the Beatbox Jake, or just search Beatbox Jake on all of it. Actually, you can Google me now.
Oh,
that was
that's so
okay.
nice.
That was a development that happened. Like I Googled myself and I
Ooh.
actually came up with an info panel and everything.
Nice.
I was like, wow. But beatboxjake.com. You can read about me. You can listen to my stuff. It'll take you to links to all my stuff. Beatbox Jake on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. My music is on literally everything. Spotify, Apple Music, all the different things. And yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I appreciate you taking the time coming out here, man, and we're definitely going to invite you back. And it just was a lot of fun. So
You know?
Thank you for coming on. It's
Seriously.
so interesting. I love it.
give it up for Jacob Beatbox Gibson, everyone. And with that, we're going to take you guys out with another great episode of Talking Nude. Bye-bye, everyone. Talking Nude. It's so sexy.
Talking Nude.
Oh, baby. Oh, yeah.
Talking Nude.
Come here, baby. Let me smack that ass. Talking Nude. Let's have a few laughs.
On Talking Nude.
See you next week.
Have a good night, everybody.
On Talking Nude. Jacob Beatbox Gibson on the ones and twos.